knowing where to invest, how to invest, who to invest with, and when to invest is very important in managing your funds, especially if you live abroad. Welcome to my channel, and in this first edition of this video series entitled How Nigerians in Diaspora Can Invest Successfully and Retire Home with a Smile. So in this very edition, we are going to look at the major reasons why we should invest in real estate. That is, where we should invest to get good returns on our capital. Well, I would like to start by quoting the words of Louis Glickman that says, the best investment on earth is earth. So if you look at that statement on the surface, you may think that there's no sense to it. But when you look at it critically, you'll see that it is packed full of meaning. You get it? The best investment on earth is earth. So on that note, we look at six major reasons why we should invest in real estate. The fourth one will shock you. So I encourage you to stay glued to this channel, and you will benefit fully when you watch the video to the end, and you see good reasons for you to invest and get good return on investment for your money. So let's dive straight into the topic. 6 reasons why we should invest in real estate. The first one is source of income. Real estate investment can serve as a source of income. This is how you can actually generate source of income from real estate. If you have buildings or properties that tenants live in, you can continue to collect rent every year from them. So by the time you receive rentage from them, you see it, you'll be happy because it has become a source of income for you. And another way you can also make it as a source of income is having structures or plazas on strategic locations where business owners rent. They occupy it to run their business. This is another source of income for you. Like this particular building with 66 stores in a strategic location in Benin City. So just imagine if the tenants there or the occupants are paying 200,000 per annum. Now do the arithmetic, multiply 200,000 by 66. You can see the amount you can actually make every year. You see the source of income. So that is it. It is a very, very reliable source of income. And I tell you something, if you compare, having properties in strategic locations where business owners, rent it, run their business and you collect rent, and also having residential buildings where tenants occupy, they live there. You see, these are two different investments. You get it? So one yields more return on investment more than the other. I start with that one in a strategic location or used for a commercial purpose. You tend to make more money. You get it? You spend less. You understand? You spend less in maintaining the property, and the occupants don't stay there for a long time. They just come there, do their business, and they go back home. It continues like that. So you spend less on the structure. But on residential buildings where people live in 24/7, you tend to do more maintenance on the property. And there are other issues too that may crop up that we take your attention, we take your time, we take your resources. So if you are looking at this investment option, that is to make it as a source of income, think of the one you want to go for, whether to invest in commercial areas or you want to invest in residential areas. Of course, there are different cost implications to all of this. If you want to invest in commercial areas, the price is quite different. The lands there tend to be more expensive. Land and properties tend to be more expensive, and the return on interest, as ROI, tend to be higher too. But in residential areas, properties are cheaper, lands tend to be cheaper, and so the return on investment tend to be lower. So whatever the case, you can consider the pros and the cons and know the one to start. So having talked about real estate serving as a major source of income, let's now look at another benefit or reasons why we should invest in real estate. That is number 2. And what is that? Appreciation. You see, investing in real estate, buying land or buildings and all of that, will enable you to have more value to your investment. In other words, when you invest in real estate, the value increases with time. Yes, if you buy a land today and you want to resell, you are not going to sell at the rate in which you bought it. The value will increase. Even if it's a building too, the value goes up. That is appreciation. You get it? So let me give you a quick definition of appreciation. It means when the value of the assets, the value of properties increases with time. That is appreciation. Now, I'm still going to compare. If you want to carry out investment, which of them should you invest in? You want to invest in buildings or you want to invest in land? Especially if your target is high ROI, return on investment. Which one should we look at? Okay, we'll just do a quick comparison of the two. If you invest in buildings, for instance, by the course of time, you have to carry out maintenance on the building. Apart from that, there are other costs associated with it. You have to try to keep the structure in a good shape, attractive shape, especially if you want to resell and make quick money. If you don't put the property in a good shape, let's say there are cracks on the building, the roof is leaking, and you want to resell. Let's say you bought the property for like 15 million and you want to resell. You get it? You want to resell, let's say after 1 year or so. When a buyer comes, I'll tell you what will happen. The buyer will capitalize on the fact that we have to carry out some maintenance on the building. Let's say you put it up for, let's say 20 million, asking. That's what you want to sell it. The buyer, after scrutinizing the property, will point out those errors in the building, those weaknesses, those areas that will carry out maintenance. We tell you there's a crack here, the roof is leaking, I have to paint the floor and all of that. We'll give you a lot of reasons. And he's doing this deliberately to drive the price down. And in most cases, they succeed to drive the price down because you neglected a very significant rule of fix and flip. If you must sell your building, you must put it in a very good shape, attractive shape, in order to get a good return on investment. So in order for you to actually make money from that building, you need to carry out periodic maintenance, let it look attractive and appealing, so that buyers will not come and start giving excuses that they want to carry out maintenance and then force the price down. Having said that, what if you decide to invest in land? So which one will give you a higher return on investment? I've talked about buildings, the implications, and some of those things you have to do to actually make money from it. What about land? In the case of land, you don't have to do most of those things. You will not carry out any maintenance. Which maintenance are you going to carry out if you buy a land? No maintenance, no the crack somewhere. You get it, just buy land the way it is, the value just keep on increasing. So in a nutshell, you make more money when you invest in land. That's when you get higher return on investment. Let me give you this instance. Assuming you buy a land today, okay, in a developing neighborhood, no houses around, no building, no sign of development at all. Let's say you bought it for like 1 million and you want to resell, let's say after 1 year, the same 1 year time duration. Do you think you sell it at the same rate? No, although you will not sell it at the same rate. But what will be the percentage increase? There are a lot of factors that will actually determine the price tag you are going to fix there, and how fast the value will increase. For instance, let's say after 1 month or so, or 2 weeks, within 2 weeks, your neighbor, let's say 2 plots away, just put sand on his own plot, his own land, want to start developing. And within that time period, within that 2 weeks or so, somebody approaches you and say, okay, this is your land, I'm interested, I want to sell it. Do you think you will sell for 1 million? Do you think you will sell for 1.5? No. I'll tell you what you are going to do, what most sellers do. They will make reference to that, their neighbor that have started developing. They'll say, you see, people have started building. See that man there, he has started working on his plot. And then at the end of the day, you tell the person, my land is 3 million, I'm selling for 3 million. You get it? So sellers also capitalize on that fact to hike the price. Well, that is the principle. You get it? So the more people come into that place to do one or two things, your land is gaining value. You understand? Your land is gaining value. And that your neighbor close to you, by the time he has raised this building or a structure to roofing level, or has even roofed it, your land, which you bought for 1 million, you can sell it conveniently for 3.5. You understand? So within a very short period, short duration, you have made a lot from your land. So I ask again, buildings or land, which one will you get a higher return on investment? Of course, you know the answer, lands. So in a nutshell, real estate investment ensures appreciation of properties, and you tend to earn more. The third reason why we should invest in real estate is that it acts as a tangible asset. When you say tangible asset, it's something you can see, you can hold, you get it? And when you look at your investment, you'll be happy. There's that deep sense of satisfaction that you have something on ground. And tangible assets are stable. You get it? When I say they are stable, they can last for a very long time. It's not like every other type of investment, like cryptocurrencies and so on and so forth, that you make a lot of money today and overnight you can lose it, you can lose all your money. Investing in real estate is not like that. It's of course the best. It's a tangible asset. It's something you can fall back on. It's better than putting your money in the bank. If you put your money in the bank, what will happen? Other people will go there, collect your money, and be using it to trade. They will make a lot of money, from your own sweat. While at the end of the day, you get a very insignificant percentage as interest on your capital. So why would you want to do that when you can let your money work for you? Understand? Of course, this is a principle that Robert Kiyosaki, that famous writer, investor, continue to propound. You get it? So investing in real estate serves as a tangible asset that you can fall back on. You see it, it gives you a deep sense of satisfaction. And number four, the fourth reason why you have to invest in real estate is that it can serve as a retirement income. This one is very, very important. So, having worked for so many years, you want to retire, you want to go back home. You don't have the energy, you don't have the capacity, even the will, the energy to continue working. What will you fall back on? It's your investment. It's your investment, and good enough. In real estate, the value continue to increase. By the time you retire, you must have made a lot of money, much more than when you were working. That's if you invest in real estate. You understand? So you can really do a lot when you retire. So just think of it this way. Look at what you are doing and project your vision into 10 years' time. Can you still continue to do it? Will you still have that energy, that capacity to do it? No, you need to invest in real estate because the value increases and you make more money for it. And in real estate, your money works for you. You don't do anything, but the value increases. So when you retire, you earn full-time salary. Meanwhile, you are not working. You even earn more than those who are working currently. So that's the beauty of investing in real estate, retirement income. So another reason why you have to invest in real estate is that it can serve as legacy. You can use it to build your legacy. You understand? That's legacy building. That's the fifth reason why you have to invest in real estate. It is something that you can actually pass on to your children. When your children grow up, they come to meet all these assets and they feel relaxed. They are not tensed up. They are not under serious pressure. You get it? So it is something you can actually pass on. They'll see it, the value increases, and they too will capitalize on it and try to expand on it. They acquire more properties, and that's how you continue to increase your portfolio as a real estate investor. So having a rich real estate portfolio cannot be compared to any other investment. So your children can easily continue from where you stopped, and they'll be happy that you actually ventured into it, because it is what you get so much from so little. I would call it leverage without labor. Yes, leverage without labor. That's what it is. And now let's look at the final point why we should invest in real estate. It can act as an inflation hedge. What do I mean by inflation hedge? We know the current situation in the country today. Things are going up every day. There's inflation. And why there's inflation, the value of a lot of things are coming down. The value are coming down. So you see the relationship. Increase in inflation, the value nosedives. Inverse relationship. But in real estate, as inflation increases, the value of your property also increases. That is it. Because you will not go to your tenants and tell them, well, since there is a lot of inflation, I want to reduce your rent. I want to reduce your rent. Let's say they were paying 200,000. You tell them, I want to reduce it to 150,000. Is that possible? It's not possible. But instead, you tell them you want to increase your rent to 250 or 300, as the case may be. You give them enough reason. Can't you see how much they sell bag of rice? Can't you see how much they sell bag of beans? That is it. So the value of a property increases. What about your land? The value of your land also increases as inflation increases. So you see how important it is to invest in real estate. When you invest in real estate, you are not afraid that there's inflation, because as inflation goes up, the value of a property also goes up. Thanks for watching thus far, and I encourage you to subscribe to this channel, and you want to also like and share so that your friends will also benefit from this real estate education. Now, before I conclude, I'd like to leave you with this question. Have you been investing in real estate? What are the benefits you have gotten so far? And probably the challenges that you have also experienced. Let us know in the comment section. In the next episode or edition of this video series, I'm going to talk about who to invest with in real estate and when to invest in real estate. So subscribe so that you will not miss any bit of this important real estate education. See you in my next video.